Hi friends, lovely meeting you once again. Aparajita and I look forward to communicating with you, and most of all, we wait eagerly for your invaluable feedback, which means so much to us.
Very true, Sheeba. When our words resonate and relate with our viewers, it makes us smile.
It does.
Especially after the last episode on aloneness and solitude. Many have written to us and personally expressed that they greatly appreciated not only the anecdotes we cited of those who had turned their aloneness into creative solitude, but the quotes we shared of the great masters.
Indeed, we ended the last episode with a very simple yet thought-provoking quote by the Sufi mystic Rumi. He said, "Be like a seed in the soil, silent, growing, unseen. When the time is right, you will bloom."
The Persian lyric poet Hafiz too spoke of silence with such great depth and beauty that I feel impelled to share his words with you right at the beginning of our conversation. He says, and I quote, "A day of silence can be a pilgrimage in itself. A day of silence can help you listen to the soul play its marvelous lute and drum. Is not most talking a crazed defense of a crumbling fort?
Okay.
I thought we came here to surrender in silence, to yield to light and happiness, to dance within in celebration of love's victory." Unquote.
Wow! Hafiz says a day of silence can be a pilgrimage in itself. A pilgrimage is a journey to a shrine or a sacred place.
We can, if we are seekers of the sacred truth of life and its mysteries, experience a pilgrimage even from home or from wherever we are.
Yeah.
A long journey to sacred lands and shrines, along with a journey of awareness within. Both are imperative. And if we can frequently embrace silence, even for a moment, unimaginable revelations will abundantly bless our existence.
Aparajita, we believe strongly in the power and skills of communication. In fact, right now, we are connecting with our viewers through language, vocabulary, and words which convey and express our ideas and thoughts so explicitly. Our individual vocations and our relationships are woven with the wonderful gift of verbal and written conversation.
Undoubtedly. Can journeys and horizons happen without communication? No.
Yes.
The skills of diversified and eloquent speech, words written and verbal, are irreplaceable and unparalleled gifts to humanity.
Yes.
And yet, a balance is needed with tranquility and stillness.
It is so apparent. Everything in nature and life is about balance. And when this balance is disrupted and thrown into disorder, that is when there is chaos and turmoil in body, mind and soul, and in our lives in general.
Exactly. Expression of our feelings and ideas can be through words and speech, yet there are other divine ways of reaching out and receiving. Flora and fauna epitomize this so implicitly and perfectly.
Plants respond to our loving and caring touch. Our pets convey their love, care, and loyalty towards us through their eyes and body language. And what about the little newborn babies in their mother's arms? No words, no vocabulary, and yet the magical synchronization of a loving, ethereal relationship.
Indeed, love is a lingua franca, a language which does not need the spoken word.
True.
Sheeba, I once attended a talk by an eminent speaker on communication skills. It was so enlightening. The talk began with the intricacies of right words at the right time, less is more, speaking a language which the other understands, and the importance of eye contact, body language, and empathy was emphasized.
I'm sure. Then followed the significance of sometimes resorting to being wordless and soundless.
And much more. The speaker related a tender story which touched my heart and remains in my memory.
Let's share that story, Aparajita.
You and I have such a beautiful collection of inspiring stories which we will share with our friends as we go along.
I don't think I have heard this story related to silence. Waiting to listen to this one.
The word listen and the word silent. Have we noticed something about these two words, Sheeba?
What?
Both these words contain the same letters. Listen, silent. It is only the order in them which is different, dissimilar.
Interesting.
And perhaps these two words, with their similarity of letters, propose a mystic message. Until we are silent, we cannot listen clearly.
Hey, so true.
When we wish to convey our ideas or feelings to one another, we often feel our communication will be successful solely through continuous talking.
But it won't. We really pause to listen to the other, and quietly listening is so integral to a conversation.
Sheba, there are physicians and doctors who have such a positive, healing placebo effect on their patients just by listening to them with patience and empathy. Patients can sense the doctor's care and concern for them, and they leave the clinic with a feeling of calmness and belief in the improvement of their symptoms and well-being.
It can change the course of a person's physical and mental illness. This happens even with friends and loved ones. Just listening to someone quietly when they are agitated, unwell, confused, or experiencing stressful challenges, we unknowingly restore their willpower to heal.
At such times, giving advice, offering suggestions and solutions may not help as much as just being there for them quietly.
Okay?
You know, someone said, when we listen, we send a message. I love you, therefore I care for what you say. We give the other person space, the most precious gift we can give anyone. In listening, we send out another message. I do not fear to hear out what you say because I am willing to change if need be.
Beautiful. But Aparajita, we deviated. Do you think I forgot about that story, the one you were going to relate?
No, not at all. I haven't forgotten, just that we got carried away with the power of listening.
Aparajita, the story?
Oh, yes. So, John and Lisa were in love, deeply in love. The young couple were in a restaurant, oblivious of everything around them, even the delicious food in front of them. They had so much to talk about excitedly. The movie they had watched the night before, the wedding dress, the venue of their honeymoon.
So interesting.
Lisa talked about her school days and how her friends and she would imagine finding their ideal soulmate someday. How she loved to cook but not to stitch. And John spoke about the times he spent trekking with the boys and gardening with his father.
In short, their animated conversation was full of fun, nothing important, and yet so delightful and exhilarating.
Perfect. And then, in the midst of their laughter and talk, Lisa's eyes went to a very old couple eating at a table in the corner of the restaurant.
Okay.
Wrinkles on their faces, clothes faded yet neat. They ate slowly, with some effort it seemed. However, what intrigued Lisa the most was they didn't speak a word, not a word. In fact, Lisa felt the silence between the old couple as an overpowering melancholy that filled the corner of that restaurant. It seemed as though years had definitely left an indelible mark of sadness on their lives.
Okay.
Suddenly, an uncomfortable fear filled her heart as she kept watching the silence between the old couple.
Fear? Of what?
She nudged John and pointed out the couple to him and whispered, "Look at them. I have been watching them for so long. They don't have anything to talk about, nothing to share. Will we also come to a point one day in our lives when we have nothing to laugh or speak about? John, all the excitement and love will come to an end?"
And what did John have to say?
He too was confused. He whispered back, "I hope not."
And then?
Then they finished their meal, and on their way out from the restaurant, they passed the old couple's table. Lisa's wallet fell to the ground, and as she bent to pick it up, she saw something she could hardly believe. Under the table, the old man was tenderly holding his wife's wrinkled, tired hands.
Wow, what a moment!
As she watched their shriveled fingers and hands entwined inseparably, tears came to Lisa's eyes.
Ah,
The quiet, silent love between the old couple that didn't speak a word touched her heart deeply. She realized that this silence was not of boredom or emptiness. It spoke of long years of tender bonding and togetherness that perhaps did not need words to express it.
this silence was one of peace, total acceptance of one another, of unconditional commitment.
And Lisa walked out of the restaurant holding John's hand tightly, and she found herself wishing, "One day, I hope we too will reach a stage where we will not need words to express our love and oneness."
Now I have no words.
We have gone beyond words and noise, Sheeba, in this conversation.
Yeah.
Neil Donald Walsh, American author of the famous series Conversations with God, says, and I quote, "There are choirs singing in your head. If you listen, you will hear the music. It is the song of angels. Pay no attention to the sounds of the world. They are just noises. And even when added up all together, they have no value, make no sense. Strain to hear the song of angels. Listen to the melody within your soul."
Aparajita, in the next episode, we will speak of a healing we receive when we learn to disengage for a while from noise and incessant talk and allow intuition and insight to speak to us with gentle wisdom.
Yes, we will. Till then, may love, light, and life bless us all.
Yes, Aparajita. Ameen. Dear viewers, you can note down an email ID of Aparajita and write to her. And don't forget to share your thoughts regarding our show Journeys and Horizons. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to Bhandvision for more interesting videos. As of now, take care, bye-bye, and stay happy always.